making management proud every day by exceeding their low expectations.
And now we're stuck with him.
Glenn Hamilton Mornings on the River 97.3.
Got one of my absolute favorite stand-up comedians on the line, Nate Bargatze, doing not one, not two, but 3 shows at Hershey Theatre. The 7 o'clock Saturday show is sold out. There are still tickets for the 9:30 Saturday and the 7 p.m. Sunday show. Just hit up Ticketmaster.com, grab your tickets before they're all gone. Very funny, Nate Bargatze.
Hey, Glenn, how are you, man?
Phenomenal, Nate. How are you?
Good.
Where are you right now, actually? Or is that a personal question? Not specifically, like what town are you in?
I can't give you my location. No, I'm joking. I'm in Nashville.
Oh, you're home. You're home, and you're about to hit
tonight.
You leave. You've got like 4 or 5, 6 shows in a row, don't you?
Yeah, September's been wild, and we have it's I think 2 tomorrow, and then 1, and then 3.
Yeah,
at Hershey.
Yeah. You got you sold out Saturday night at Hershey for sure, and Sunday's looking good too. So that's great.
I mean, it's crazy, man. I had no idea. Hershey, Hershey's my new favorite town.
Yeah, see, Central PA, we love you. We love us some Nate Bargatze, man. There's no doubt.
Oh yeah, I love it.
So, and it is Bargatze, right?
Yeah.
I've heard you say Nate Bargatze, but I say Nate Bargatze.
I do say Bargatze, but I don't
so should I say Bargatze?
You can say whatever you want. Yeah, we like Bargatze. I don't ever make anybody. I think we say it wrong.
Your family says it wrong.
I think my family does.
Okay.
And when I moved to New York and I was like in the north, I was like, well, I'm sure they probably know more than we do. We're just, we have like an Italian last name. Like, we should say what they're saying.
You're Southern Italian then, I guess, right?
Yeah.
All right. My family and I loved the Greatest Average American, the Netflix special that you did during the pandemic. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons we loved it is because it felt like it was the first thing that we saw coming out of lockdown that felt somewhat normal. You know what I mean? Like, you were actually in front of an audience. I know they were masked. Who cares about that? But hearing the laughter and the immediate reaction and you standing on a stage, that was one of the first things we saw that felt kind of normal.
Oh, man, that means the world. I love to hear that. It's like, I did some COVID stuff, jokes up top when I did it. It was like, I wasn't trying to do too many, but it was like, you can't just pretend that we're outside and the audience has masks. But it's like, you just do a little bit and then just do your normal act and give, it was like just trying to be like, give the break everybody needed. We were all in the thick of it or about to be done or somewhat done, that it was like, I felt it was important to do that. And I don't want to just harp on. I didn't want to do just a pure COVID special.
Right. You don't want to be known as the COVID comedian or whatever. Exactly. But you had to do something.
I need pandemics to do comedy. Like, I crushed it in the Spanish flu.
You've been around a long time, man. You really
I've been around a long time. A little bit longer than everybody realizes. Yeah.
So how's it been to get back out on the road, like, for real? It seems like everything's happening all at once, and you probably just got a ton of dates all of a sudden. It's like, okay, we're doing this again. We're going to do every show that we missed over the last year in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is that, and then we've added some shows, and it was a pretty big tour that we had going when COVID ended it. So it's making up all those dates, and it was just like just hit the ground running. And so like September, October is getting kind of crazy. I feel like November, December, like will just be normal, like the way it was, where it's like just you're kind of back. But the wonderful thing was, right now it's like everybody's not going out still. Like, people get nervous and all that stuff. And,
right.
But
obviously Hershey's not worried about it. We're packing Hershey Theatre like 2 nights for you.
Oh, I know. Well, I love it. Every show we've had sold out shows. The first shows have all been sold out.
Yeah.
And so we've been adding shows, and it's a pretty night. I mean, it's always, it's an overwhelming, humbling feeling to just see. I mean, Hershey, PA was the perfect example. When they said we were adding a third show in Hershey, PA, I mean, I was like, well, I don't even know. I was like, who's there? I was like, do I have family there or something that I don't know about?
We might be cousins. We might be cousins. I'm from South Carolina.
Yeah. I think I could move to Hershey, PA. I think I'd fit in and might get along quite well. So.
You would. You'd be great here, man. We love us some Nate Bargatze here. Now, so have you done 3 shows in a row since the pandemic, or is this your first triple threat here?
This is my first triple show. I mean, I don't know if I've ever done a triple show.
That's pretty cool. I can tell you what. So does that mean you're going to stay in the area? You're not going to like bounce home and come back? Or are you going to just
No.
Stay?
We were trying to go to Hershey World Sunday. I've never done it.
You got to get to Chocolate World for sure. I'm sure they can get you in there. Yeah, I'm sure they can get you in there.
Yeah. That's what we want. Yeah, that's the thing we were hoping to do, because I've been to Hershey, or I've driven through Hershey. I lived in New York for a long time. We would drive to Pennsylvania and do shows.
Yeah.
This is at the very beginning.
Yeah,
and we would always drive to Hershey, Pennsylvania. When I drove across country too, I mean, one of the longer states to drive through.
My gosh, east to west, Pennsylvania will kill you, and Virginia north to south will kill you. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, Tennessee is pretty bad if you catch it east to west too.
That's true.
So I remember driving through Pennsylvania, and you're just like, so I guess I live here now. Like, it was like you just never see. There was a lot of construction, and I was I was driving across the country, and I was like, I just remember being there, and I was like, I think most of the trip was just in Pennsylvania. And then the other time, it took like an hour for the other ones.
Right. And then you're like all day in Pennsylvania, and the roughest road, the worst roads of your trip, I can guarantee you. Guarantee.
Yeah. It was, I remember just being in there, and I was like, it's got to be coming up, right? You're just looking around.
Where's the border? Where's Ohio? Eventually.
Yeah.
And that we have a new sign. You'll see it when you come into town. It says, welcome to Pennsylvania. Pardon the mess.
No, that's funny.
You'll dig it.
That's that's great.
But if you're staying over a night or two here, I definitely have a restaurant that you should check out. If you're into good food, like really good food. When Green Day was here back in the summer, their people, I guess, did some research, and they found like the perfect place. I know you don't want to take like a DJ on the radio's word for where to eat. And maybe you don't want to take Billy Joe Armstrong's word for where to eat either, but I can tell you, man, this place is killer. I can give you the name of the restaurant or whatever if you're looking to.
Oh yeah. I would love that.
Saturday night
I eat McDonald's. I mean, so it's.
Well, this might not agree with you. Then this might be a little shock.
It might be a shock to my system, and I have to go. I would love it. I mean, I'm not a good recommendation person, so
okay.
I take everybody's. Like, some people ask me in Nashville, I'm like, we got a couple Chick-fil-A's. They're pretty good. There's been to one.
Where can I get a hot chicken
I took my buddy from Canada, Waffle House. I was like, you ever been to Waffle House?
Buddy, I love me a Waffle House. And, you could walk into a Waffle House and if it's a good one or we should turn around right now and leave. But if it's a good one, you're going to have one of the best meals you might have had that whole entire week.
Yes. I agree. So, I would love the name of that. So that's perfect.
I'll hook you up. It's Manja Kui, but I'll give it to you after we get off the air. It's so good.
Okay.
Anyway, Nate, how many kids do you have?
Just one.
See,
I
me
talked
too.
about that a little bit in this new hour.
Oh, good.
Because we had a kid late.
Same here.
Like we got her in under the buzzer. So just we just got one.
Are you able to have any more at this point, or did you say no? We're having one and we're done.
No, we were old. Like, we were just up against the wire of having kids. So we got one, and I was like kind of starting to get really busy at that point, and starting to tour. So it was just kind of like, it just timed out to be, like, and that was right when I started doing comedy, like really get on the road. And so we would have had to have a kid like almost immediately after we had our daughter. And then it just was like, and then I'm 42 now. My wife's just a little older than me. So it was like, we were just kind of like, It's not happening.
Yeah.
But we have a very big family. My brother has 4 kids. My sister has 2 kids. So it's like we're a gigantic family. Then how much I'm on the road, having one kid's really it has helped a lot. Like my time ends up being kind of. I mean, I don't have a lot of it. A lot of it's to a lot of different people, and so it's nice to. Someone told me that, which I love. They said like I'll have a great relationship with my daughter because I don't have to even spread that out, and I can give the most to her.
Yeah.
With one kid.
We're similar because we were up against it too. My wife and I had our daughter Emily late in life. She's 16 now.
Wow.
But I didn't do it because I was busy. We just were lazy and old. So we just were like, she's pretty good.
Well, there's a mix of that for sure. You don't think about it.
Right.
Like you don't, you're kind of like, there's no like, you don't have a plan. I think, your job, your career, and my career, I think it's, we're kind of like, when you can get very career oriented, and then we don't know, you don't know if you're ever going to make it.
Right.
And so it's like you're just not thinking that time frame, like to go like, we need to have kids, we need to do this, and then you just end up going like, yeah, man, we got to get after it,
And then she was so good, like she slept through the night, and she was, we were just like, we better stop while we're ahead. And,
yeah, our daughter did too.
Man, it's the greatest. So
yeah,
I am an only child. My wife comes from a family. She's the youngest of 5. I'm like, don't worry. The only child thing is awesome. You're gonna love this, having the one kid, and she's got a bunch of cousins and stuff too to play with. And she used to beg us to have a sibling. Please have another one. And now she sees how her cousins are and how she's like, I don't want another one. Dude, I'm glad I don't have a brother or sister. She's thrilled now. She didn't have to share anything.
You get the VIP experience.
That's right. Every day, the VIP experience.
Yeah.
So you've got the Nateland podcast too. I don't know when you find the time to do that. When do you record the Nateland podcast?
We try to do it on Monday. So, because Mondays I can sometimes be getting home from the road. Like this Hershey, we're going to drive the bus through the night.
Mm-hmm.
After that Sunday night show, we will leave, and we will have 2 drivers, and I think it's like 10, 11 hours or something like that. So it's like we just leave at like 9, and then I'll just sleep on the bus and just wake up, and I'll get home at like 11 or something, or 10, 11, whatever time we leave, and then so I usually we try to do it on Mondays. Sometimes we try to pre-record a few so we have some backups, especially now that it's getting a little bit busier. And then in worst case, we do Tuesday just so they can come out on Wednesday.
I got you. And you can check out the Nateland podcast. It's on our iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. You got a couple of your buddies on this week talking about the early days when y'all were just starting out.
Yeah, it kind of worked out. They were both with me on the road, and they were the 2 guys, and we handed out flyers in New York City at a comedy club called Boston Comedy Club.
Right.
And if anybody saw the show HBO Crashing on HBO, which was about that with Pete Holmes, it was there's 2 guys that have my podcast, Dustin Chafin, Nick Novicki, and then Pete and me. And so it was like we just talked a lot about that. It was just nice to kind of get back together and like tell some old New York stories and stuff like that.
Do you have an opener, by the way? I don't know why that just popped into my head. Do you have an opener on this tour? Who's
Nick
opening up for you?
And Mike Vecchione.
Okay, sweet.
Awesome. Vecchione's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, very nice. Where are they from? You don't know specifically, do you?
No, I never got that deep into it.
Maybe that's why you're sold out for 2 nights. Don't tell them that.
He's from Hershey. I'll make them both from Hershey if that helps. If that if that helps the third show, I'll be like, they were born and raised in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Everybody.
That's great. So who as in the stand-up world right now? Like, who do you have your eye on? Who do you like to? Who catches your attention that's out there? Who do you think is the next big thing?
Funny. So Mike Vecchione, that's coming. I mean, he's been doing it for a while. But I mean, people don't realize how funny he is. And he wrestled at Penn State. I do remember that.
Okay.
So
you just sold 11 more tickets. Check that out. I just saw it counter go up.
I can hear it. It's just ching ching. Like it's like the phones are off the hook.
That's awesome.
There's a guy, Shane Gillis, also from Pennsylvania. I don't know where he's from, but I think he's middle of Pennsylvania. And Shane Gillis is not clean. I know a lot of people that watch me like to clean. Shane's not clean.
Okay.
But Shane is. I think Shane Gillis is a great chance. I mean, he's pretty unbelievable. I just haven't seen a comic like him in a long time, where it was just, I think he could be like, just the next, like the next Louis C.K. or something.
Wow.
He's just an amazing comedian.
Wow.
And and that's y'all's own. Y'all created that.
Woo!
So,
how about it? Check the go PA.
How about it?
PA all day.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, I love Louis.
Yeah.
I love Louis, and I really do hope that he is able to, get back, ease his way back into. Because I really miss that.
He did the Madison Square Garden Theater.
Yeah.
Recently, so I mean, that's a big theater. So he's like starting to, he put that special out.
Well, I was really glad to see that.
Up.
Really glad to see that. And I saw you for the first time probably on Conan is what it was. Conan or Fallon, but how do you feel about Conan being off the air now? That's after almost 30 years. Yeah,
it's crazy because I mean, Conan was the first one I did late night with Conan, and Conan was the only one that I really remembered watching.
Oh, wow.
Like I would, when I got like a little bit old, like teenagers, I would try to like watch some of Conan. And then when we went to college, we would watch Conan.
So that's cool.
Conan was like
Conan was your Letterman. Conan was your Letterman.
He really was. I mean, 42, so 20 years, my age group was the perfect Conan age. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people in my age group liked Conan.
Yep.
So it's very weird that he's off. But it's also nice, it's just interesting to see, he does his podcast, he's doing all that other stuff. It's interesting to see that you're like, oh, like, he might be ahead of his time.
Oh, yeah.
Being like, these late night shows, being like, which I mean, I love Fallon. Like, Fallon's doing great. But like some of them, you're like, all right, he adjusted and was like, oh, I'm going to do my own thing, which I mean, he's amazing. He is.
And Conan was so young when he started. It's like, it's weird that he's not like all old and like retirement age, like, Johnny and Dave were. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, he's still got.
He looks like Fallon.
That's right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, right. You think you would be like, oh, you would probably think Jimmy Kimmel's older than him. Like,
exactly.
Which I don't know if they are, but
right. But Conan's still got a lot of years ahead of him. He really does.
Oh yeah.
Well, listen, man. I know you've got to get going, man. I could talk to you literally all day. You can tell I'm a big fan, Nate.
Thank you, man.
Really great to have you on. And I'll tell you something else. After talking to you and not seeing you, I think Jason Sudakis ripped you off a little bit, just a little bit for Ted Lasso, just a little bit for his accent. I really do.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I do know him, and but he's from Kansas,
right?
And
but he puts that fake Southern accent.
He's that guy,
on,
though.
Yeah,
he did do. Yeah, he's that guy, though. That he is Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
he is that positive of a guy.
Yeah,
and that show is the positivity of that show is the greatest thing ever.
It really is, and it's not syrupy. So nice. It's not sappy. It's like it hits all the right notes. But
it does it correctly, and he's just. I mean, I can tell you just from meeting, like knowing him, like he's that good of a dude that it's like, wow, man, they're showing you, like, and that's what he's just when you're around him, he's just very cheerful and like really rooting for you and stuff. And
that's so great to hear. That's so great to hear being a fan of the show and knowing that, and having been a fan of his on SNL, that he really is like that. That's pretty rare these days. Pretty rare.
Yeah, I would love. It is rare. We should change it. But guys, he hit me regularly.
Yeah.
This is Ted Lasso's all in the act. He would yell at me every day. No, I'm joking. Just make all lies up about him.
It's freaking Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, and everybody, no.
The mustache is fake. Everything's fake.
Everything's fake. He doesn't even know what soccer is. So.
Hey, man, I'm going to see you on Sunday night. My wife and I are coming to the show on Sunday. So I probably won't see
awesome.
you. You won't see me because the lights will be too bright.
We come back after. I'd love to see. You can hear me. You can that way. I can talk to you with my voice not like this.
Okay.
My voice needs a long runway to take off in the morning.
Okay. All right.
It's usually not till 2.
All right.
That I get going. But yeah, we're happy back. It'd be great.
Well, I'd love to come back and meet you. My wife would too. We're big fans. And how old is your daughter, by the way?
9.
9. Okay. Our daughter's 16. She just started driving. Man, you're going to have so much good material when you have to start teaching your daughter how to drive. That's all I'm saying. Just know, I know that's coming.
My mom taught me how to drive a stick shift in a church parking lot. And I mean, we was out there for 3 minutes before she goes, I can't do it. And then left.
Left you in the car. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was like, I'm out.
You got so much good stuff, so much good material coming your way, man.
Wait.
You're going to enjoy that. And I will look forward to seeing you on Sunday. And I'm going to give you the name of that restaurant real quick because I know you got to go. But it's Mangia, M-A-N, well, you're Italian. It's Mangia Qui, Q-U-I. The chef's name is Qui Massara. And I'm telling you, man, you will have a fantastic meal and a great experience. And you wouldn't even have to tell her who you are. She'll treat you like a rock star no matter what. It's just a great place to
that's
eat.
Great.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Perfect, man.
Nate Bargatze, thanks for taking the time to talk, man. Nate Bargatze is going to be doing not 1, not 2, but 3 shows at Hershey Theatre this weekend. Grab your tickets at Ticketmaster.com for Saturday night and Sunday night. Really looking forward to seeing you this weekend, man.
Oh, yeah. Me too, man. It was great. Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait.
You guys ready?
The official home of Glenn Hamilton Mornings
I listen every morning, and I get such a kick.
and commercial-free blocks during the no-repeat workday.
Non-stop music.
Commercial free every day.
I love it.
The River 97.3, Real Rock Variety.